Hi, I'm Dick Eydt with Bites by Eydt. We have a catering company in Atlanta, Georgia, and we provide exquisite food for our clients in Atlanta, New York, Connecticut, Nantucket, down to Florida. And last week we did a bridal shower and rehearsal dinner in Tennessee. Today we're going to go back out to Seattle, Washington, to my brother Roger's restaurant in Snohomish, Roger's Riverview Bistro, and we're going to do his famous clams in a clam sauce, and we're going to do a seared scallops in a clam sauce. So let's begin. We're first going to make the clam sauce with gorgeous leeks. I've already cleaned them and got them ready to go in the pot. We'll cut them roughly 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch thick. We are going to emulsify it, so it doesn't have to be cut thinly. So there are the leeks, and then we'll do an onion, and again a coarse cut on this. Go with the membranes. I'm going to switch over to a smaller knife and cut this once, twice, and a third one. And then cut these into rough pieces. So that's ready to go. And we'll cook this in a little Calavito extra virgin olive oil. We'll saute this, and after it's sauteed and reduced down, we will add some garlic to it. I'll add 2 cloves of garlic, smash it down. I'll take out the pith. That's good to go there. Let's find that pith. There it is. I'll use the paring knife to get it out. There. Throw that away. I'll mince this up, and like I said, we'll add it after the leeks and the onions have cooked, because we don't want it to burn. Give that a pretty good dice. Again, we're going to use the hand mixer, the emulsifier, and so it's going to chop everything up pretty well. So we'll move to the back and we'll start our sauce. Okay, so now we're going to make Roger's famous clam sauce. We have olive oil getting up to temperature. We'll add our leeks. And then our onions. A little salt and pepper. And salt. And once this turns translucent, we'll add the garlic to it. Take a couple of minutes for that to go. So while this is sauteing, once we finish with the clam sauce and the same sauce we're going to use for the scallops, we're going to add shallots to it and diced basil to it. So we can do that while that's cooking. Trim these off. When we do the scallions, it will be a thinner cut because it is a garnish, and I'll go up until the about here or so. I don't want really that much of the green, but I do want the whites of it. I do want it thick enough where it is you get a little bit of crunch with it, some good texture. A few more slices, and that's about as far as we go. So we kept that. Put this in our pot, clean as you go. There's only so much room on these cutting boards, even though they're awesome. So you always want to tidy up. So we'll make a chiffonade with the basil. We'll cut off the leaves, pack them on top, and roll it and cut it. So I'll use another one, some big leaves. These are quite nice from the farmer's market that we get. They smell super. It's good color, good flavoring. And I always like working next to the pot. I don't ever like to leave it. I can smell it, I can see it. We don't want it to burn. Give it a stir. I'd say another 5-6 minutes or so before that's ready to go. And I'll cut one more of the big leaves and get that ready to go. In a couple of minutes, probably 2, I'll add the garlic, let that cook for 2-3 minutes, and then take it off and be ready for the next ingredients. So we stack the basil one on top of the other. I'll probably make 2 stacks. I don't want it too big. So a stack like that is fine. Take it and roll it as tight as possible, like that. And then we cut it lengthwise. I can smell the leeks in the onions, so that's nice. Put that in the pot. I'll do one more stack. So I'll have a fair amount for each, both the scallops and for the clams. A couple more, and that's good. Roll it again as tight as possible, and then cut it lengthwise. Nice pieces, so that's good. Okay, some nice coloring on that, transparent. I'd say that's ready to go for the garlic. I will turn down the heat quite a bit because I don't want that to burn. Take your time, add the garlic in. Heat's down almost all the way. Stir it. I scrape it down. I can already smell the garlic, and it's not too hot. So I'll let that cook another minute or so, and then we'll add the wine and the cream, a little chicken bouillon Tabasco, a little heat, and the last thing is going to be the butter. Let's give that a smell. Good, not burned. I'll probably do half a cup to a cup of water, somewhere in the middle. Bring that up to temperature. I'll turn the heat up a little bit more to a medium. Cook off some of the alcohol. And then I'll add the heavy cream. If you wanted to use half and half cream, you could use half and half cream. Heavy cream adds more flavor, more fat. I like using it. Again, it's not that much extra calories. That's why I exercise all the time. And here goes probably 4 ounces of cream. Now don't think this is just all the cream we're going to add. When we finish off both the scallops and the clams, we're going to add more cream to finish it off and cook it in. We'll let this, I'm going to turn up the heat just a tad more. Let's see what it looks like as far as how much temperature is in there. I'll move the pot to the side. So a fair amount of flame in there, about 3/4 the way. Get this up to temp. Add the Tabasco. How much Tabasco? Well, that was about 10 shots. You want to add some more, you can add some more. I wouldn't add that much more. You may want to do just half the amount there. And there we go. That's ready to be emulsified. I'll add the butter to it. Probably 4 ounces of butter. Stir that in. Take about a minute to incorporate, 30 seconds. And we're going to add a little bit of the chicken bouillon. It's a powder. It has salt in there, so I don't add that much salt to this. It smells nice. And I'm going to take it off the heat, turn off the heat, and I will use the hand mixer, the emulsifier. Tilt the pan so it's totally submerged in there. You don't want any splatter. I use a up and down process when I do it, so get it right on top of the leeks and the onions. Pull it up again, come back down. What I don't want to do is be using the hand mixer when I'm up here. It will splatter. It's hot. So the next question is, how much do you emulsify it? I don't want it pureed like a thin soup, but I do want it so you can see the leeks and the onions, the actual pieces. So a little bit more. Okay, that's ready to go. So now I'm going to turn the heat on for the scallops. I'll saute those and then plate it in the sauce, and I'm going to add some of the sauce to the pot. For the clams, add some more cream, add some scallions, and some basil, and then I'll add in the clams. What kind of clams do you want to use? You can use little necks, you can use the mid-size that these are. The smaller the better, I think, because they're more delicate, more flavorful. When will it be done? Well, once they open up, you'll see that they're done. It'll take no more than 5 minutes. It'll take no more than 5 minutes for the scallops. I'll test one and see how it is. I can hear it sizzling on the edges. Just gently put it down. If you're not comfortable with that, you can always use some tongs. As long as you lay them down carefully and slowly, you won't get any splatter. So I'll do about 6. Move it around a little bit so it doesn't stick. Stir this around. You can see some of the clams are already starting to open up. I think I'll add some more butter to this. And this will take up 2-3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, and it'll be good to go and plate. Okay, scallops are ready. We'll take them off. You can see the great coloring on that. We'll put a little sauce on the plate. The clams are almost ready. Nice coloring on the scallops. There we go. Clean as you go. You can see how nicely the clams have opened up. I'll put a little more sauce in the bottom of this. And then put the clams on. They've opened up nicely. It's a great dish. The sauce is fantastic. a little more sauce on it. And there you go. We'll garnish it. And a few scallions. Here you go. Hope you're going to enjoy this wonderful clam sauce with seared sea scallops, and the same clam sauce with clams garnished with basil and scallions. It's a great dish. It's the most popular dish at my brother's restaurant, and I want to thank Little Leaf Farms and Calavito extra virgin olive oil. And we'll see you in the next show.